Well, Bridgerton is back with its gorgeous gowns, lush colours, and stunning modern take on the Regency era, and I just had to see what the Disney princesses would look like if they were dropped into this theme. I mean, just imagine! And I just want to preface though that I know that I have a wide range of ages of peeps who watch my videos. The show itself is absolutely visually stunning, but it does have some content that's not for younger viewers. I'm simply concentrating on the incredible gowns and imagining what this modern take on the Regency era would look like in LEGO. I mean, just imagine the Bridgerton house in LEGO form or Vauxhall. Oh my goodness, I would die. Anyway, so let's do a little build first. So for inspiration, I've got this gorgeous scene with the, the drooping blossoms, the lanterns on high white pillars. It's just absolutely, isn't it visually stunning? I'm only going to make a little modification, like a miniature version of this. No, just like the idea of this. So we've got some nice high lampposty kind of things. It's a wooden dance floor, or this is going to be kind of like the proscenium, proscenium arch? Is that kind of a thing for, probably a thing for theatres? But the arch that you can walk under as you're entering, the ballroom, or in this case, entering the dance floor. And it's not even going to quite be an arch, but we're going to have it's just going to be flat. But we're going to have the idea of a nice drooping floral wisteria kind of vines on the top of our nice ornate lampposty kind of things. We'll add another little grape here. I mean, the grapes are making nice wisteria blossoms, and then we'll fill it out with a different shade of purple, more purple and some more little bouquets, and we'll stick them out here. I mean, this isn't even the main point what we're doing. I just want to get to making the outfits for the Disney princesses, but they need somewhere to go. I mean, what's the point of being all dressed up and having nowhere to go? We really need some more romantical style builds like this in LEGO. There really isn't any theme that covers this sort of style, and it would just look so amazing. Oh, a girl can dream. Okay, so we actually created quite an arch here now. We did, hooray! It did end up being archy. Arch-ish with a blossom. We're getting a couple of planter pots on either side, ornate, very pretty, decorating our entryway. Matching, of course, because it has to be matching. There's quite a lot of symmetry in all of this. Now let's bring in our Disney princesses ready to be re-outfitted into the Regency era. They all have ball gowns and stuff like that, but none of them actually come from, they're not situated in this Regency era with a high waist. So we're gonna have to completely change our outfits. We've got 5 lucky contenders today. Let's start with Belle, and when she's got her, we will give them titles later on. They won't just all be princesses, that's boring. So for inspiration for her dress, we're gonna keep with yellow and gold, and I'm going to give her a formal, evening wear ball gown. So full length, long gloves, all of the ornate trimmings. So let's go. So we need to start with a slim line because it's actually a very straight line. So I'm using this skirt piece, and we've got gold trimming, of course, given her the high waist up underneath the bust, and she's got some gold trimming around the top of the bodice and around her little cap sleeves, and she's got long, elegant yellow evening gloves, which actually came, that thankfully they were on her outfit to start with, so she can actually hold things with her hands now, because I haven't repainted them. We're not going to chip that paint off. For her hairstyle is actually pretty appropriate for this period, so I've given her rose, because that goes really nicely with her story, and just filled it out with little tiny round red beads, just stuck them down with some glue. So there we go. She is ready in her formal evening gown for the ball, but this is Belle. She's pretty practical, right? So she's going to bring a book with her to the ball, especially as she's got the gloves on, which means she can actually hold something. So let me find her an appropriate sized book to take, very discreet book to take with her to the ball, and then she's ready. She's ready to go. She's got her evening gown. Let's take our wrong outfitted Belle out of the way and put our Regency era Bridgerton Lady Belle in here, ready to enter the ballroom. Perfect. All right, who's next? Who are we doing next? We got Elsa. So she's actually not too hard to put into the Regency era. We're going to get her ready. I'm just going to move Belle out of the way because she's pulling focus in the background. How dare you? You can't do that to the other ladies at the ball. So let's give Elsa the gown that you wear when you present it to the Queen, when you're first coming out. Big feathers, white gown, formal long white gloves. It's almost like a wedding dress with enormous feathers on the top. Her outfit from Frozen 2 actually will work quite nicely for this. So we've got white skirt. I'm making her a train, which is like the long material-y bit at the back. So I've cut this out, I've stiffened it. If you haven't seen my video on making capes and skirts and things like that, I'll put a little link up in the corner, but I've made this the same way. And I re-wet it once I had it in the right shape, like sitting on there so that it would sit, like so it would flow down the back, if that makes any sense, and stay in position rather than just sticking straight out. I've repainted her top a little bit so that she's got capped sleeves, the wide neckline, little shoulders, and she has now got long white gloves on her hands. Unfortunately, she can't hold anything in those hands because it will chip the paint. But anyway, you don't hold anything when you're being presented to the Queen anyway. Give her head, and she's got really appropriate hair for this. The updo from her coronation outfit is perfect for this. And then she just needs some really extravagant feathers, a feather headdress. So I've made this happen with some actual feathers. So I cut out the top part of a little tiny feather, and I've glued a gem into the middle of it, and the actual stalk or the stem of the feather sticks into the hole on the top of the Minidoll's hairpiece perfectly. Look how amazing that looks. I'm just trying to like line it up perfectly. Ooh. There we go. She's ready to be presented to the Queen. She's ready to make her coming out. Oh, so perfect. All right. Jasmine! Okay, oh, Jasmine, maybe you shouldn't kick the other ladies over. I know they were all in competition to find a husband, but still. So Jasmine's outfit is entirely ethnically different. So actually, we can change these up. So she's also going to have a formal ball gown as well. I've painted a skirt so that she's got like this sheer organza overlay for it, and made her a train as well. Hers is like a very, very shimmery sheer organza. I've actually glued baking paper to the hole where it connects like the skirt hole here so that it's just got a little bit of extra security. Otherwise, yeah, this material is very, very flimsy, very fine, very expensive, very elegant. Okay, and for her top, she has got she's actually got an appropriate necklace for this situation. Very expensive and elegant looking. I've given her bronze cap sleeves to match the rest of the colours in her very ornate dress on the top. And her gloves, yeah, gloves are the same gold to match the overlay on her skirt. I think as an ensemble, it all works very nicely together. She's going to fit in with the other ladies, but she's going to have a little bit of her own ethnic personality in her outfit as well. I think it works really nicely. And her hair works nicely too for this situation, and you can still tell that she's Jasmine because it's, that's very iconically Jasmine hair with the big earrings. I think she turned out so beautifully in the Regency era. It's like a Regency take on her outfit, and it's so subtle, really. There's not a lot of change. Okay, next up, we're going with Rapunzel. Now, Rapunzel's going to get, where are you? Rapunzel's going to get a day dress. And for Rapunzel, like her entire theme with the laced up front bodice and everything, shorter skirt, does not fit with this style at all. So we're going to have to start from scratch for her. For inspiration for her outfit was actually Philippa Featherington's outfit here, because it's purple, it's covered in flowers, and it's just that little bit extra, which I think goes really nicely for Rapunzel style. So I made her this outfit in Lego form. So I've made some little air dry clay flowers and just glued them onto the skirt. I've had to paint the skirt just so that it matches with the painted bodice that I've done too. And she's got the high waist, nice wide neckline, little purple cap sleeves, dark purple short gloves just for the daytime outfits. So this is for going out on picnics and for walks with your suitors and stuff like that. And a collar, a velvet choker with a flower attached to it as well. I think it just is perfectly Rapunzel. I think it goes so nicely for her. So we'll get her head in, and her hair also doesn't quite go with this. I think she needs a few more little tendrils going around and about. I'm trying to get her head on the right. We might just pull it up a little bit because that added flower just, there we go. That way it doesn't look quite so short. So yeah, her hair, as I was saying, doesn't quite work because they don't tend to just do a big plait down the back, but it does okay. It's got a nice soft line around the face. It goes fine. I think we could make it a little bit more ornate, but it'll do. And of course we need to add some ornamentation to her hair. So pink flowers, absolute perfection. I think she looks so pretty. So pretty. I was going to give all of these ladies, well, they're not really ladies, are they? They're princesses. I'm getting so confused. I was going to give them titles, but you get titled when you're married. I don't know. I'm terribly confused. Okay, so Ariel, she's got a mermaid tail, which is going to be a little bit of a hindrance in society. Might be frowned upon. But we're gonna work with these colours for her day dress. So for her skirt, we're going to use the turquoise colour of her tail. And then for her high-waisted, the top part of her bodice is going to be the purple of the little cups of her top, of her little shell top. And I've put an organza overlay, which I've actually attached with a vinyl sticker, a little strip of vinyl sticker. I'm being so careful putting this on because it was so hard to stick this sticker on with the ribbon underneath so that it sits at the high waist. And we're kind of just ignoring the back as I gave up on everything except making the front look right so that the front just hangs correctly. We're not looking at the back. Nobody looks at the back. No, that's fine. Just concentrate on the front. And for her hair, the new hard Ariel hairpiece goes very nicely for this, and I have glued on some little green mother of pearl shards and a purpley pink pearl in the middle of that so that it just ties all of her outfit together and gives her some hair ornamentation, because it's very, very important to have all of the frills, all of the trimmings. Otherwise you're just a societal outcast. Imagine what Lady Whistledown would say about you. Okay, so we have got 5 of the Disney princesses in Regency style, well, kind of. Their take on Regency style. Actually, I'm just looking at Belle for a minute, knocking over poor Ariel. I'm just going to change Belle's face over a little bit because it needs to be just a little bit more subdued. It's not a time of smile more. It's just a time of, gentle smiles. So that's, yeah, I think that works better for Belle. Okay, so yes, we have got our 5 Disney princesses ready to enter Bridgerton society. They're just going to set the scandal sheets on fire. They're going to start the gossips are gossiping. Oh my goodness. Just imagine their stories said in the Regency era. Oh, okay. All right. So, but I reckon they'd all get along. I think they would support each other. Princesses supporting princesses. Am I right? So who's going to be the next set of princesses to get their Regency era, their Bridgerton makeover? This was super fun to put them together in an entirely different style. It works out surprisingly well for Disney princesses. Who would have imagined? All right, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you subscribe and click the little notification bell and check back in because there are always more things coming up all the time. You don't want to miss any of it. All right, I'll see you again soon. Bye.